Oh, what an evening! Try to get on fairly sharpish. On at uh, God knows what time. On at 6:30. Went to 7 o'clock. Went to 7:15, and then moved it to 7:30. I just wanted to do a quick 20-minute stream. Really, nothing major. Just talk about the game. I was going to do a reaction afterwards. We'll see how that goes. I'll do a bit of a reaction afterwards if I can. If I can get one in and get one done, that might be around about sort of 10 if I can get that done. How's it going? How's it going, Imran? How you going, Abdullah Imran? If you call it Imran. Thank you for joining the chat. It's nice to see that you were waiting. Sorry that I was late. Apologies about that. But yeah, here we are. Back on. Atletico Madrid, Man United, Champions League, big game. So yeah, here we go. What's the results? What's everyone expecting to happen? To see the results. What do we all think is going to take place? Do you think Ronaldo's going to score? Odd that we're seeing Lindelof right back. Let's just get the formation up. Let's get the lineup up straight away. Let's just do that. Straight away, here we go. So, ready? Yeah, no McTominay. I heard he's got illness. McTominay. Shaw still starts. Lindelof right back, which is the most unusual thing about this whole formation. That's the most unusual part of this, really. So yeah, very unusual there. But other than that, pretty a familiar formation, really. We're seeing obviously, like I say, Rashford coming in, which is a big game for Rashford. Personally, I think he should be coming on as an impact again. Unusual. I mean, it's unusually playing Lindelof right back. Maybe he feels like there's no threat, considering how Atletico Madrid have been playing quite defensively. Does he feel like it's going to be quite a narrow formation and that you can contain that by not having a right back choice? But I'm not sure what the situation is with Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, it was a big game against Leeds over the weekend. There's been some injuries picked up there. Didn't manage to see the press conference yesterday, so I've missed a bit of the update with that. So apologies on that one. But unusual, I would have thought that obviously Wan-Bissaka's on the bench, so there is a right back position there. There's obviously something tactically going on here. I thought he was looking at maybe making Shaw into a midfielder and playing more three at the back, and that's what we could see tonight. So that'll be interesting there with Lindelof at right back. Is that really a makeshift? Is that a makeshift three at the back with an extra midfielder? Is Sancho actually going to tuck into that midfield with Fernandes? And is Ronaldo and Rashford going to be more a striker partnership than wingers? I think that's what will happen. I think Ronaldo will be left or right of a striking partnership with Rashford, and Sancho will tuck in with Fernandes, and they'll kind of create a bit of a diamond or even a little bit of a square in that midfield where Fred will be sort of sitting, Pogba will be sitting with him, Fernandes and Sancho will be the attacking midfielders, and Lindelof will tuck in. And Shaw will get involved there, and Shaw will get involved as well. So I know we're looking at four in the back, but Shaw will invite himself into that midfield, I think, as well, and add to that, which will allow Sancho to push on and join the attack. But yeah, interesting. Optimistic. I think Atletico Madrid come off the back of a decent result over the weekend. I think they won 3-0. I can't remember who it was against off the top of my head. I know I saw Suarez score a decent goal. Or I think João Felix got a couple of assists as well. So yeah, we basically come off the back of them getting a good result. We got a good result. Both teams go into it off back of two, gritty performances and two good results for both teams. But both teams having similar performances. Have similar sort of styles, albeit different types of managers. I think both teams underperforming with the quality that they've got in the squads in the league, and Atletico it's kind of at the similar point when the draw got announced. They weren't performing very well. I think they're still sitting sort of fifth or fourth, not convincingly, but so are United. So it's really two evenly matched teams going into this. United, I think, have got a little bit more if they put it together with the quality they've got in the squad. So I don't have any worries really. I think as long as we are tight in the back, I think we'll create chances along the game, and we've hopefully got to take them chances. I think Ronaldo thrives in these environments as well. And we haven't really seen the best of Ronaldo in the league, but when we've played in the Champions League, he's been typical Ronaldo. So I think we'll get a good result against Atletico. Yeah, no other big shocks really in that. I think McTominay would have started the game if he'd have been fit. Obviously, picked up a little bit of a late illness, which has kept him out. When you look at the squad, we'd look thin in terms of the substitutions. 2 keepers on the bench. Tellez, who I feel has done nothing wrong and deserves a game, didn't get a game over the weekend. Should he have got a game against Atletico? Why not? I don't think he's done anything wrong. Baye obviously comes back and hasn't featured yet since he's come back from international break. Dalot, I think probably just a bit of fitness, just giving him a bit of a break. He had a tough game again over the weekend. But unusual to have Dalot and Wan-Bissaka on the bench. And this formation is definitely not how they're going to set up in this game. There's something tactically going on with this, and I think Shaw is going to be pivotal to that tactical change. I think you'll definitely see Shaw tuck into that midfield some way, shape or form, and that Maguire, Varane, Lindelof 3 there will be a back 3. I definitely think that's the case. Otherwise, it would be a tactical error to have both Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, who are right backs, to be wasted on that bench when playing a centre half at right back. When clearly that isn't going to be the plan. I think the plan is to probably tuck in Shaw into midfield and create a back 3 of Maguire, Varane, and Lindelof. That's what I think we will see. As I say, to finally not the Gengham press. We don't know. I mean, 3 at the back gives you quite an attacking midfield and quite an attacking front 3. You know, if Shaw tucks into midfield with Fred, Pogba, and Fernandes, leaves Maguire, Varane, and Lindelof as a back 3, it's a very attacking team. Who I think what Rangnick's expecting is quite a narrow Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have got a little bit of age if they're going to, but then again they're not starting Suarez. I think there was quite a lot of talk about that already in midweek that Suarez wasn't going to start the game. They're not going to come out. They haven't got the width to worry us, and I think Rangnick knows that. I think he will just tighten up at the back. 3 competent defenders. When they're playing well together, Varane will command that back 3. And Shaw will tuck in. Shaw will tuck into that. And we're going to have quite an attacking midfield and quite an attacking front 3. So there's lots of room for different players to play different positions. Sancho could tuck in with Fernandes. So Lindelof is playing out of position, and he's familiar. I feel he will perform well alongside Varane. This is what I mean. I don't think Lindelof will play right back. I think Lindelof will play right back. I think what will happen is you'll see a 3. If I can get this up, let me just get this up on the tactical board. Just don't know how my stream's going to, if I do this, but we'll try. Bear with me. We'll just try and get this up on the tactical board and just discuss what I think could happen. Just unusual for me that he's playing. If he's doing that, he's playing Shaw. But what I think he's saying to Shaw is, look, when we're going forward, this is where I want you to go. So let me just try and get this. Up. Oops. There we go. Right. So I'll do this really, really quickly because I can't actually see chat when I do this. So let me just get this up really, really quickly. So what I think will happen is he'll play. Moving stuff around. Didn't mean to do that. Right, what I think he will play, whether Maguire, Varane, and Lindelof sit in that order, I'm not entirely sure. Fred's obviously going to be sitting in there. Probably's got a license, but Shaw could come in here, which still gives us this front 3, gives us a sort of diamond in midfield, and gives us 3 at the back. And I think we'll play like that. But when we're going back defensively, Shaw's going to tuck in. making a back four. When we've got the ball and we're moving forward, I think it'll form a three and form a more compact midfield. So what it does is it compacts the midfield when we need it, but it also gives us the cover of a back four. But I can't see Lindelof playing right back. What we've got to be careful of a little bit is it doesn't stretch Lindelof and we create this massive gap when we tuck in, where they'll just expose us. But I don't think Atletico Madrid have got that width to probe us and cause any worry really for us. So that's what I think could happen. It's just unusual that he's playing Shaw. I think Tellers would be more competent to do that. But Shaw's comfortable on the ball and he's comfortable higher up the pitch as well. So playing in midfield for Shaw, I don't think will be necessarily a worry. So we'll see how we get on with that. Let's move it back to the formation screen. But yeah. Yeah, so Shaw is like a left wing back. Yeah, Shaw is like a left wing back. I think he will tuck in. I really do feel like he'll tuck in. Lindelof did really, really well against Leeds. I don't know if anybody agreed, watched the Leeds game or has watched it back, but Lindelof made some really, really good runs from deep, which I think created one of the goals from what I remember. Really, really probing runs. Maguire did it once, I think, but Lindelof was quite good and competent with that. And maybe he feels like Lindelof is going to do that again, but I really do feel like Shaw will tuck in that midfield and create that three at the back. That's how I think it'll play. He's obviously looked at it. Rangnick's looked at watched them this season. He's confident that they can do that, and we'll see. We'll see how it sets up. The first couple of minutes, the game will kick off, and we'll all see it. We'll all see it straight away. How we're setting up, both defensively and when we've got the ball, and all keep your eyes on Lindelof, and keep your eyes on Shaw, and see just where they go and how they switch and what's happening there. I think it's a big game for Rashford. I think Rashford's been out of an amazing amount of form of late. None of us want to get on his back. Everybody wants to be behind him. Lindelof should have been the man of the match at Leeds. Oddly enough, I didn't. This is the thing with Fernandes. I didn't think Fernandes had a particularly fantastic game initially. He was whinging, he was moaning, he was complaining, he was arguing with the ref. But then all of a sudden he crops up for a goal, he crops up for an assist, and he's a brilliant player, isn't he? And I think we sometimes don't realise how good he is until he. Yeah, well, look, I think Ronaldo's due a man of the match performance, isn't he? He hasn't been great in the league. We all love Ronaldo. Ronaldo hasn't been great in the league, and Ronaldo deserves a performance tonight. He's been brilliant in the Champions League. I've been to see the games at Old Trafford this season, Villarreal, the Atalanta game, and he's been brilliant in the Champions League this season. And I've got no doubt today Atletico Madrid's at one of the teams that he always seems to crop up and do well against as well, with his time at Madrid and even his time at Juve. So who knows? We could see Ronaldo bag a couple tonight. What we need to make sure we do is get a draw out of it, at least get a goalless draw out of this game. If we get a goal, 1-1 draw, then even better. But we need to tighten up, make sure we take the game back to Old Trafford where we're still in the fight of it. We nick a goal, even better, but we need to be making sure that we're still within the fight when we come back to Old Trafford. Rashford performs best when he's a striker. Rashford just out of an amazing amount of form. I think when you look at the Leeds game, the character, other than the result, the character the players showed in tough conditions, they could have put their heads down, they could have sulked, they could have moaned, especially when they went 2-2, and they could have dipped, like we've seen this season too many times. They didn't do that. They got on with it. They got on with the game through tough conditions. They put big tackles in. They created a good amount of chances, and we got back in front and we won the game 4-2. That showed big character. Rashford needs to be shoulder to shoulder with some of the other players that are showing that level of character, not putting his head down, complaining at other people and whinging and moaning at other people. He needs to get on people's side, on the rest of the players' side, take criticism when it comes his way, positive criticism, do something about it, and stop blaming other people. I think the trouble is, just on the Ronaldo situation, I think personally, the way I've seen Ronaldo perform, it just seems a little lost. When you watch, if you get a chance, watch the Bruno goal again. Watch a Bruno goal against Leeds where he heads it in. Bruno, typical number 10 or false 9, as I've been shouting about on these streams for the last God knows how many weeks. False 9. He's been playing a false 9 position where he's ghosted in from deep in that goal and he scored a header. That was really Ronaldo's goal to score, but Ronaldo didn't know where to be in the position that we play and in the style that we play to Ronaldo. We haven't been playing to him. We don't play to Ronaldo's strengths. We don't play to a number 9. Cavani's played there earlier in the season before he picked up his last injury, and he didn't perform. You know, he looked terrible because we don't play to a number 9. We've got 2 inverted strikers who like to come in on the right foot or left foot, not cross balls in from deep. And so we're not getting balls into a Ronaldo where he likes them. We could play a formation. You know, you get rid of Ronaldo in this formation, you stick an extra midfielder in there. Let's say it's McTominay. You've got the back four as you see them there. You've got Fred, McTominay, Pogba, Fernandes, Sancho and Rashford. And you play with a false 9. A false 9 of Fernandes instead of Ronaldo. That would give us depth in midfield. It would give us an attacking prowess still of having people who are fit enough to get up and down the pitch, box to box, to try and score goals. But yeah, Atletico aren't well performing in the league. It will still be difficult for them to score. No, totally agree. They've got threats. Of course, you have Correa, played well up and down. You know, they've got João Felix, they've got Suarez. They've got players who can hurt you. They're not a quick team, not a wide team. Rangnick's clearly seen that. We're a bigger, stronger team, fitter team. We've got better quality and depth, in my opinion. It just needs to come together. And in the last 3 or 4 games, it's come together. It's starting to tick together. There's still, I think, against Leeds, we showed a frailty again. A situation where, okay, they got a lucky goal, first goal, second goal. We switched off. And that was the typical thing that we've seen this season, where players are just switching off, and a weak goal goes in. We need to cut that out completely. That needs to stop happening, and you can't do that in the Champions League. You know, you need to be on it more times than you're not, and you can't give those silly little goals away and those silly soft things away. And we need to get tighter and better at that. And that's my issue with Bruno a little bit. That all this complaining and moaning and arguing is not really going to get you anywhere. You need to get on with it. And thankfully, against Leeds, when he went to all, the players got on with it and they got the result. They've got the quality in that team to produce that result, and they need to start believing in themselves to do that. So, yeah. A few more minutes, guys. Anyway, a few more minutes, Imran. I'm going to head out because I'm going to watch the game. I'm not going to do a live watch along, but I will do a reaction afterwards. So appreciate if you are about, mate, to jump on and we'll have a chat. What's your prediction anyway? What's your predictions for the game? I'm going to say United nick it 1-0. I think worst case it's 1-1, but United would nick it 1-0. I'm going to say, do you know what? I'm going to say Rashford. I'm going to say Rashford's going to get a goal. I'm going to say he's going to have a decent game and grab us a goal. It's going to be 1-0 United. But what do you think? What does everyone else think of that? Interested to see what you think. Crumble under pressure. So everyone else put crumble under pressure when. Yeah, let me get your chat up, mate. Let me see if I can do that for you. Sorry, I'm just trying to get your chat up. Don't seem to be able to get out of this now. Oh, seem to have lost you. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thought I'd there we go. Right. Yeah, let me get your chat up. 2-1 United. Bruno and Sancho make difference. Mate, if it's 2-1 United, I'll be over the moon. Honestly, I hope that's the case. I'm gonna put that up. Let me get that up there. It's been one of those days today, hasn't it? You can just tell. There we go. There we go, man. I'm putting that up there as part of my stream. Imran says 2-1 United. I'm having that there. Absolutely. What a legend. Yeah, 2-1 United. Well, guys, and Imran in particular, number one fan so far. I'm going to leave that there, but I will be back hopefully later on. If I'm not later on, then I'll do one a stream tomorrow, and hopefully we're talking about a United win and taking it into a really good second leg. So appreciate it if you have been watching. I know Imran has, and I appreciate the comments, Imran, because it gives me something to talk about, and I like to engage with people on this stream and other United fans. That's what this is all about, trying to engage with people and talk to people about what they think, what their formation ideas are, who's been playing well, who's not been playing well, what the scorelines are going to be, etc., etc. So yeah, if I get a chance later on, I will catch you after the game, and yeah, appreciate it. So cheers, guys. See you later. Bye bye.